Give me 1 sec. Here we go, that's a little easier. Let's take a quick look at Aerothorn Stark. Now, they can't change everything in their builds, guys. They can change whatever they want. The only thing they cannot change is their class. And they're allowed class stacking, and the only other rule is no Condi Mirage. I just don't want any more Condi Mirage. They're just really, really, really dominant in the hands of a good player. They're unstoppable. So here we go with Aerothorn Stark. He runs this build all the time. He's pretty good at it. The other 2v2 that I did maybe 3 days ago or 4 days ago, he actually ended up winning a 2v1. His partner got down immediately within the first round, like within the first couple of seconds, if anything, and then he ended up winning.
To do the 2v2, just real quick.
Yeah, you and Mango are signed up.
Yeah, I am with Mango, but the problem is the room is actually full.
Yeah, I know. I'm going through the first couple matches.
Can you guys like kick someone or something?
I'm gonna go through the first. That's it. I have 15 teams, so
Wait,
it's,
what?
I have 15. No, you're in the brackets.
7th matchup, and I think they're.
Am I muted?
I don't know which one they're on.
Wait, Mike.
Oh, sorry, Dry Dude. There's 15 teams inside the tournament, so that's actually 30 players. So I can't put everybody in even if I wanted to. I'm just gonna go through the first couple matches. If you look in the Twitch, I'll post the Twitch, or if you look in the Discord even, I posted the brackets so you can see when you're fighting. And after the first 2-3 matches, those guys will leave, and it'll create space for the rest of us.
Okay.
Perfect. So let me take a quick look at Dark Opium over here, Spite, Blood Magic, and Reaper.
Alright.
I should have taken a little more time. No problem, Jack.
Okay.
Later.
Thank you.
He's running with Mender and the Monk. He's just Hagorn, Honor, Valor, and Firebrand. Looks like blue team is starting. I can get enough time. Tried to kind of cut me off a bit there, and I didn't know it was on mute. So it looks like they don't have any primary focus right now. It looks like they're starting to turn on to Nezi, to Nexerd. They're not being able to put too much pressure. The Reaper's doing a good job of mitigating that. He's not getting any big pressure down on his own. It's not Condi Mirage, it's Power Mirage, so I'm not disallowing that. He does get the big damage on Nexi, which is probably the primary target they want to go to. Does she have the Signet Res? She's trying for the Signet Res. She's going for it right now. Good stunt coming out from Aerothorn Stark in the Rampage, not allowing her to get that Signet. He is still alive, though, and she can still go for it. No, he's actually pulled down. That's very unfortunate, and really good job by Aerothorn and Princess Muffin Crisp to be able to capitalize on that and keep an eye on their actual animation to make sure that they don't get that Signet off. But this is a best of 3 series, so they have the opportunity to adjust their builds. He can go to Scourge if he so chooses. He can do whatever he wants.
Is it just because of the great sword that makes it power,
or? What he's running, he's got power. He seems power from my eyes. There doesn't seem any Condi coming up from him. It does have condition damage.
I mean, he's using axe and pistol, so I mean that's...
Oh, that's true. Hold on.
I mean, that just seems...
Slightly balanced build, but the vast majority of his damage is coming from power.
So, I mean, it's both.
It's not Condi Mirage.
No? Okay, that's what I thought.
There's a very slight amount of condition damage coming off of it, but it's like Core Guard running Link.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was power. Okay.
Oh shit! Did they fix Swoop, dude? I hope they fix Swoop.
Hold on, guys. I'm just
trying to make the best of Axe. So.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure there, and I didn't want him to actually end up winning. But it looked like power to me at the beginning, and then he just kind of said the pistol with the other one, and I was like, okay, maybe it is Condi. But it's not. So we got already the hard pressure. Next, he's got to be very, very, very careful. He can't get caught in the open. He's got to use LOS a little more. And Carol's got to stick with him as much as he can and try to peel for him at the same time. That was a little better of a better job. But Carol's trying to separate a little bit, leaving the Reaper to fight all by himself over there. She's got to try to support. Got to try to peel. I'm not entirely sure if she was running. Yeah, she is running full. Looks like full support. Finally getting some damage on Aerothorn Stark, but Aerothorn Stark probably wouldn't be the primary target that you'd like to go for especially considering that Karo isn't really got Condies down that she can get the pressure onto Aerothorn, and he also runs with Defiant Stance, so when she does turn with the Reaper, he can just pop Defiant Stance and heal up fully. He's got to be really careful. She's trying to run away. Karo finally catches up with Nexus, trying to heal him up. Let's take a look at her cooldowns. She doesn't have much. She's already gone through all her tombs. All her mantras is down. She finally casts her renewed focus, but it's going to be a little too late. And that's going to be game 1, going to Aerothorn Stark and Zoomies. Yeah, Guns Trek and Zoomies. They actually move on to the next round. They're going to be going against Naru and Helio, but that's in the second round. Next up, we actually have Deuce and Cloud versus Shadow Master and Sek. So like I said, guys, you have to give me a little bit of time. These guys, I don't have room for everybody inside the tournament. It might be a little shaky at the beginning.
Mike, who's Shibby?
He's a warrior. George in the guild.
George?
Yeah,
There's nobody to find.
he should be there. If he's not, then if he doesn't show up, I'll go with you. But he should be there.
Dude, I just converted 10 stacks of echoes. Like, that was the person. So much luck.
I'm just letting the next participants know who it is. It's Deuce and Cloud versus Shadow. And who was that other guy? Shadow and Sek. That's who it was. So Rylians, Cloud, and Deuce are already in. Hey, thank you so much for that. What was that, my friend? Thank you, Fulus, for following. I really appreciate that, man. When you guys click that, when you click that follow or that subscribe, it really puts a pat on my back and lets me know I'm doing a good job. So we're just waiting for these two, and as like I mentioned, we're using it as a roster check. Let me see if I can find him inside my.
Oh, these two are gonna be fight.
I don't see him yet. Okay, so Cloud and Deuce actually get the bye. I just spoke with him. He's not able to make it, so we're giving him the bye. That's Deuce and Cloud that actually move forward. We're going to go into our next match, which is Valor and Meatwad versus Lighter and Kill Phil. So it's going to be Valor, Meatwad versus Lighter, Kill Phil. Now, Lighter and Killfill are the, I see Lighter up here. And I know Nanuntis is here as well, I just don't know. There he is. You're blue. So I got both of them there, and that makes me really happy because this is a free agent team, and knowing that they're both here puts me with a little bit of relief. He's running defense tactics. As you can see, these are the new Warhorn skills. When you increase the number of targets and apply additional boons, your concentration is increased. Shake it off. Removing a damaging condition from any allies, heal them. I think this only procs once though, depending on how. It doesn't matter how many you take off. I think the proc for the heal is only one time. It doesn't matter how many how many conditions you remove. This is just what I've been told. And then Mending Might. Apply Might to allies that heal you. Gains reduced charge. I don't think there's any. Oh, he's actually switched over to Immobilize on this side. I spent too much time on him. Let's take a quick look at Anuntis. He's running Blood Magic, Spite, and Death Magic. He's got Dagger Focus with Staff, Warrior, and the Paladin. Let's take a quick look at Meatwad. Is he running Tactics? No, he's going Strength Defense with Spellbreaker still. He's got Dagger Shield with Greatsword. And Crisis Guardian is running your classic Core Guard. They're going to have a lot of damage and a lot of sustain as well. And Meatwad can really peel for him if he wants. The Meatwad has already gone, Nanuntis has already gone into Lich form. He quickly comes back out as they really focus him and put a lot of pressure. He pops to Rampage at a really good time to keep him down. You got a lighter in the back. He's got to kind of peel for him if he can. He's got a lot of stuns, and he does have the Mage Bane, Arcing Slice. He's finally starting to counter, but as he went in, he actually got the res on him. I think he's running with Banner, and yeah, he is running Banner. He did get that big heal on him, but it looks like Meatwad and Crisis do have this really under control here. They started to separate them a bit, and then just goes down. Now this lighter who's on his own, he goes for the full counter. He does have him separated, but the Warriors are a hard target for him to go for. Really good job by Meatwad getting the heavy cleave. Crisis ports right on top of him and drops all the symbols and just takes him out. That's game 1 that goes to Meatwad and Crisis. And moving into game 2, Lighter versus Nanuntis Tenembris. This is going to be a really, really, really good... The next one should be a really good match, I believe. Let me take a quick look. Oh, that's not how I wanted it to be, but unfortunately that's how it went. Oh, damn it, Alex.
A little bit sad that the Necro went against what it did, because the Core Guard and the Warrior are probably the worst things for his specific build.
Yeah, probably for Nanuntis. Probably for Nanuntis, I would think so. He is running Paladin, and he is Core Necro, or it's Core Necro, which is pretty tough against pretty good tough. And I didn't mean to put you in the bracket against Anya and Anonymous, Alex. I was trying to put you in someone else, but it...
Out of the server?
Sorry?
Oh, no, I see it now. It's whatever.
That's really shitty, actually. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to move Mango and the Dry Dude down to the bottom bracket, but then for some reason it moved you into their spot. It's really weird. I didn't notice it at the last second. I was like, what the fuck? He gets him in the fear ring over here. He's trying to keep him off, but that kind of works into his favor. And Nanuntis stayed inside the fear ring, and he was stuck in there with Meatwad. And Meatwad using that to his full advantage. He goes into Lich a little later, and this is kind of working out for him now. He's got the extra damage, extra health pool, but big damage coming out by Crisis from the Guardian. He's not able to sustain all that damage, especially with the big stuns coming from Meatwad. He does get the banner once more. He's running a very interesting build. He's also got Signet of Vampirism. Very, very interesting. He's not going to be able to sustain. There's just too much damage. Good focus by the blue team, by the red team. They are getting some counter pressure on Crisis Guardian, and that's who they probably should be focusing, as after he gets through his blocks and blinds, he won't have too much. He is quite squishy. He's running with Marauder to get that extra, the extra vitality, but... And that's game 1. That's game 2. Red team ends up taking it. Crisis and Meatwad moves forward. I'm going to post the brackets for you guys in the Twitch so you can follow along with me. Yeah, Necro is... there's a lot of people trying to figure out where they want to go and what they want to do. But that's exactly why I wanted to put this tournament on today, and especially more of a 2v2. That thanks to Naro giving me the suggestion. He's like, you should probably do a 2v2. You get more people, and you get to see better combos. So thank you for that. And I'm very interested to see what people bring. And sometimes they're going to be shitty, sometimes they're going to be good. They're doing, it's all testing right now, guys. We're in the theory crafting phase, especially with a lot of the builds. The patch has been live for maybe 10 hours, maybe 10 hours. So our next match is Anya and Anonymous versus Alex and Shibby. Let's see if we have any more space here. We might have. It's just what, 3, 5, 6, 12, 18, 24. We have space for one more. So that's Imagined, and I know they're both here. Alex, I think he's in here. Let me see if George is here. If George is not here, then I'll end up going in George's space, and I'll...
I'm here.
No, I know you're here, Alex. I'm just your partner, George.
Yeah, he's here.
Okay, sweet. You have space in the tournament? You're in the arena?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So here's George running on his warrior. He's got over here strength with Demolisher. He's got axe shield with his greatsword. Let's take a look at Imagine. This is Anonymous. He's running trickery with Deadly Arts and Daredevil. I don't think there's too many changes to Thief. Maybe you guys can clarify. Let me know what you guys think of any of these builds. Or if I'm going too fast through them. I didn't take too long. So we got Rune of the Traveler with Carry On Amulet. He is running Condi.
We're just fixing up.
Sorry, Sora?
Most of the changes to Thief that I saw in the update were just to fixing some of the stuff with how overpowered Shadow Arts made some certain Condi Thief aspects, at least from what I could see.
I heard they gave him a little more sustain.
Also, a couple bug fixes with. I think they were getting rid of the bug that was happening with using Shadow Step with. That into a firebrand, and then it just teleports. It reflects the shadow steps, then the firebrand would get teleported away.
Okay. So I remember that actually. It was kind of glitchy when I would port. So we got over here, Anya's running over here with the Revenant. He's got Marauder with the Lisa Sword Staff. Anya's a really strong Revenant. One of the better ones that I know of, that's for sure. Probably not, if not the best. We got Defensive Strength and Spellbreaker over here on George. He's running with Axe, Shield, and Greatsword. We saw this. It was Alex that he didn't see. He's running Core Warrior. Sorry about that, guys. Rune of the Strength with Demolisher. He's got Axe and Warhorn with Greatsword. He's running with Strength, Discipline, and Tactics. Interesting. Tactics is the ones that they made the major changes to, so you can see from Shake It Off as well. Removing damaging condition from an ally heals them. Applying Might to an ally heals them as well. Soldier's Focus heals affected allies. Interesting. Periodically gains Soldier's Focus. Hitting with a burst skill expends Soldier's Focus to grant might to nearby allies. So these are some of the major changes that they made to Warrior, and I'm curious to see how this works out. So here we go. They're already focusing on You Want the Banana. They're trying to go after Anya, which is probably the better target in my opinion. They're not going to be able to lock down Imagine too well. He's very kitey and he's got a lot of ability to port. George is already taking some heavy pressure from Anya. He's got to be careful. He goes into Rampage to try to mitigate some of that. They're trying to keep the pressure onto Anya. Anya doing a really good job of mitigating it with his staff. Now he's going into Shiro to try to get the down on George, which he does, and Alex is the one that's left. He's going to try to cleave him down. He pops his glint heal. George is still down. He might be trying to get for the res. He goes for the big cleave. Good job on Alex using the body as a source of damage, or being able to get the damage onto them. As Anya was trying to cleave, he just said, you know what, I'm probably not going to get the down, so let me just try to cleave him down. And he attempted to get him down. He got pretty close on that attempt. So that's game one that goes to Anya. And just so we know, guys, the next match after this is going to be Sorrow and Demonoid versus Bionic and Louis PTM. And as we get through, so far so good. Actually, I'm really impressed because this is a 2v2 and I have 15 people, 15 teams, so that's 30 people. And usually it gets a little shaky, especially with the free agents. But so far, every team I've called up except for one, and it only took me about 30 seconds to find him and whisper him, and he responded right away. And he told me he wasn't going to be able to make it. So that really, so far, first round, going off without a hitch, I'm really happy. I probably just jinxed myself right there, but hopefully I didn't. Let's see if George or Alex make any major changes to their builds. I doubt it. They're going against someone really strong, especially this duo team. Alex did a really good job, as well did George. They got to just be able to use the LOS a little more. Maybe try to bait out Anya's staff evades a little more if you can, and wait for that big sword port onto them. And as soon as the staff is through and that sword port is done, then maybe they can try to turn on the damage. Maybe use Rampage a little earlier. One of them use, or if they both use Rampage, one of them can use it a little early to try to get Anya to use a lot of his cooldowns. Then the other can cycle on to Rampage and try to CC him again. So this way, maybe Imagine can't even get close because there's so much cleave and AoE going around. This could be a tactic that they are potentially trying, as they both have Rampage right now. He did go for Rampage, and he did go on to Anya, and there you go. You see, this is exactly what they want, to try to get him use a lot of cooldowns, and at the same time, they take 25% less damage. Now, here comes the heavy pressure. He's got to turn it on to Anya if he can. It was a very valiant effort by George's part. Anya did a really good job of mitigating it, and then he was able to turn and burn. They separated, even just with this tier of player, even if you separate for just a couple seconds, 5-6 seconds, that gives him enough opportunity to take full advantage of that 2v1 situation. So that's Anya and Anonymous that actually move forward in this one. Thank you so much for Alex and Shibby for participating, especially considering that they got stuck with the short end of the straw on that one. Sorry about that, guys. Those are the type of things I try to avoid, especially considering that those two guys were free agents. So now we have Soro and Demonoid. I'm excited to see how Soro and Demonoid do versus Bionic and Louis PTM. Now let's see if they're Louis PTM and Bionic are also free agents. I'm not sure if they're both here. So I'm using this first round as my roster check. So I'm not pressuring myself too much. There's Demonoid already. I know Soro is here. There's Bionic. I'm just going to look for Louis PTM. And there's Fancy Noodle, which is Louis PTM. He's actually running with Scrapper. Interesting. There was some little changes to Scrapper that they have made, such as in this one right here, where there's got 180 instead of 300 vitality, and as well they made the change to the tool belt skill on detection pulse. Thank the fucking Lord they brought detection pulse back, because I really wanted that back. It's super useful. And not only that, but when you're in stealth and you use it, detection pulse will take off Aegis. It'll stop people. Let's say there's a Mesmer that's blocking, the detection pulse will remove the block from him. So it's very useful in a lot of different aspects. That's one of the major changes. I didn't even take a quick look at his build. My god, sorry guys. He's actually running with Inventions and Alchemy. He's got over here Hammer with Herald and Paladine. I'm going to take another look as soon as the match ends, so we can get a better look, and I don't want to miss any of the action here. We got Soro kind of backing out. Demonoid's going to be face tanking a lot of this, but he is running on, is he running on Core Guard? No, he's running on Firebrand? No, he's running on, I think this is what he ran last time, actually. It's a Core Guard heal brand, like a Core heal guard. It was very impressive to watch. He actually ended up winning the 2v2 last time with him and Mr. Fantasia. Really good job by Soro focusing him down, and Trauma's Demonoid staying close to Soro whenever he needs to. I thought it was going to be a little difficult for Demonoid to try to stay close to Soro, because Soro can't stay too stationary for too long. He's always got to be on the move. He is kind of squishy. So let's take a quick look at Trauma. This is a very unique build that I think I haven't seen very often at all, and I believe he even runs Staff. Yeah, Staff with Mace Shield. He's running over here Rune of Dwayne with Harrier. Power Reaper was ripping shit up today. Of Dark Souls, I don't know. I would never run the current Necro in 2v2 situation. The class is clearly a liability. Well, someone's going to find something for Scourge or Necro eventually. In this tourney, I must have missed it. Who's downing players? No, 50's turn while they were blocking with one attack. No, not in this tourney. There's no Power Reaper in this tournament so far, I don't believe. And Fancy actually doing a really good job of mitigating. You can see that's the Scrapper now. He went for a little more tankiness on this. But not bad, considering these two guys are really strong, but Demonoid doesn't have too much damage that he can put out, so it's pretty much just from Soro. Now, at least you guys are going to be able to see the map mechanic on this one. I'll back out just a bit so we can see it. At the 2-minute mark, there's no more healing. You're going to see an AoE over here. That's going to be very damaging, so you can't stand in it. And eventually, there's an AoE that's going to encroach all around the area that's going to just push into the middle of the map, and here it is. You can see it now. It'll go all the way up the platform until eventually it just consumes the entire surface. So it forces the match to end either way, and it stops things like this from continuing for a very long time. Fancy Noodle is finally going down, put up a very valiant effort all the way till the end. And as I mentioned, it's a best of 3. The only rules in this tournament is there's no Condi Mirage, so Condi Mirage has been banned, and there's no, you can't change your class once you started it, but you can change everything, so you can go from Core Guard to Firebrand to Dragon Hunter if you so choose. Everything is a go. You can class stack, you can use Firebrand Scourge, you can use Firebrand Tempest, or Firebrand with Scourge Tempest, you can use whatever you so choose. And for those of you who just joined into the Twitch chat, I'll post the bracket for you so you can follow along with me, and you can see who's already participated, who's going to be participating. Right now we're still in the first round and it's flowing really, really fucking good, guys. I was nervous. There's 15 teams, so it's already 30 participants. The server only holds 25, but people who I've been doing this for a long time, or not necessarily a long time, about a month and a week, a month and 2 weeks, but I do them every day so people really understand how they flow, and it's going really, really, really well. I'm super, super happy about this. Let's take a quick look at Soro's build over here. He's running with rifle, sword with pistol. He's running with Rune of the Scholar and Marauder. He's got Trickery, Deadly Arts, and Deadeye. And this is Trauma again, running with that funny core healing build, Valor, Honor, and Virtues. He's got Mace, Shield, and Staff. He's also got Rune of the Duenna with Harrier Amulet. Oh, as well, guys, at the end of the stream, I'm giving away a little 50 gold stream to anybody inside the Twitch viewerships. So I'm just gonna do a little giveaway, and then if you guys stay till the end, you'll get the to be able to participate in that giveaway. So here we go into game 2. I don't think Bionic made any major changes. I don't think he made any more. Maybe he could have gone a little more offensive, I would say. He does have the bulwark so he can help his friend, and he does also have the heal so he can help his teammate as well. Yeah, are you who you want to be? I remember that guy. He's been in a tournament before. A tournament of mine for sure. Are you who you want to be? Right now they're focusing really hard on Bionic. He kind of got separated a little bit from Fancy. Fancy just trying to cleave as much as he can around the area. And there was actually Trauma dropping down that sword. That was interesting. He's running with Sword of Justice. I guess he's trying to go a little more offensive on this one. I'm not sure if he was running that in the first round. Yeah, I think you can find Are You Who You Want to Be. Sorry, Alex, go ahead. I didn't hear you.
He had Signet in that spot last game instead of Sword.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So he went a little more offensive this time, so they went. They tried to get Fancy down a little faster, but I don't think that's going to happen. They're going to probably have to wait till the map mechanic, unless Soro can catch him in a really, really, really good CC and an emote, but I doubt that's going to happen. Trauma might have to bait him or try to get him to use a couple of his cooldowns, maybe using the sword to try to scare him or to try to make him think like high damage is coming out, like that situation there. But there he actually, that good change by Fancy, knowing that he was pretty fine. There wasn't going to be any major pressure coming to him. And he ends up getting the down. Good job by Soro and Demonoid, moving on into the quarterfinals. Our next matchup for this guy is going to be actually Rev and Grunts GT versus Dino, Roar, and Vonage. I think they're both here. This is my last free agent team, Rev and Grunts GT. Their Rev is there. Yeah. Okay, so they got 3 of them. Oh, fuck. That worked out perfect, guys. Yeah, this is what I'd like to see. Oh, my goodness. They were watching the brackets, so that's really good to know. So here we got Coco over here. What is he running? He's running with Firebrand. He's got Mending with Rune of the Monk. He's got Staff with Axe and Shield. Valor, Honor, and Firebrand. Coco's running Scourge. Interesting. Curses with Soul Reaping and Scourge. So we're going to see if the nerf was as bad as everyone says it is. I haven't seen a Scourge yet in any of my 1v1s. This is the first one I do today, so obviously. But we're about to see if it's just as strong. And Revaboa and Cosmos Atwood are both very good participants. They've entered in a lot of my 1v1s. They're very good. They usually go far, quarterfinals, semifinals, if at least. So here we got Leadership with Sage. He's running with Sword and Shield. Yeah, he runs with the Condi Revenant, which is an interesting build. He's been perfecting over the ages. Invocation, Corruption, and Herald. And we got Cosmos Atwood over here running with Zeal, Valor, and Radiance. Great Sword with Sword Focus. He's running a interesting. He's trying to get the burns down, not the burns, but the big damage from his symbols. Doing a really good job, but he won't be able to keep up the sustain for long. Mind you, Vonage doesn't have that much in the big heals, so he's got to be very attentive. And now this is what I mentioned. Cosmos has gone. He should have used his virtues and all that before his proc for his renewed focus. It's a little unfortunate. Maybe he was more focusing on other things. Good job on getting the downs though. Really good job coming out of Revaboa and Cosmos. Cosmos can sustain. Revaboa does have a lot of Condi, so there's Condi and power coming out. And doesn't look like the Firebrand Scourge was able to compete with that. They put a lot of pressure onto Coco, so he couldn't even really focus on healing his on healing his Scourge. He was more focused on trying to heal himself, and there was a good job by Cosmos just keeping that pressure, dogging him and dogging him and dogging him and dogging him and staying on top of him as much as he could. That was a really, really good match. I'm sure that Vonage and Coco are not going to take that very lightly. There's a lot of changes that they can make. He can go blood if he wants. Maybe he can support his Firebrand if he so chooses. He can change his traits. He can change his entire class if he so chooses. You just can't change the class that you start with. So if you're Necro, you have to stay Necro. And there's no Condi Rush. Those are the only two rules in this tournament, guys. So here we go into game 2. I'm really excited. I'm super happy, guys. I want to thank everybody for participating. Fuck, thank you. So far, it is going off without a hitch. It's going so smooth. And this is just a test and a tribute to all of us. You know what I mean? We put these on every day. We participate every day. You pass the word on to your friends. And it's just, this is the consequence. This is what we get, guys. Really good flowing. It's almost like it's the AT machine. The teams are already made. They're just showing up when they have to. Thank you, everybody, man, and everybody viewing. You guys are the best. Thank you. So here we go into game 2. They're being a little more patient this time, and Coco should try to do that as much as he can, but there's a lot of pressure that Cosmos can put down onto the Firebrand. And again, they're going for the fire. No, they're actually focusing on Cosmos. Cosmos has got his Ghastly Breach up, which is the only thing that's kind of saving him right now. He does have some barrier, big damage coming out, huge Condi stacks, and they probably weren't prepared for that coming out from the Revenant, putting out the big Condi. Now Revibo is finally getting focused. He does have some Condi on him. He's able to clear it very easily. Coco's getting really low. He's got to be careful. Revibo is right there standing in the pocket, just putting up heavy pressure. They end up getting the down on Coco. Doesn't look good for Sidekick. Does he have Signet? He doesn't have Signet. He's not going to be able to get that res. Oof, Reviboa, thank you so much for that. Hey, man. Oh, Boogly Oogly with the $5 donation. My man, thank you so much, Boogly. Really, really nice of you, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, bro. So that's Reviboa. That's actually our first free agent team, I think, that's moved forward into the quarterfinals. Yeah, that's our first free agent team that moves into the quarterfinals. Good job by Reviboa and Grants GT. And now we have the last match in our final round, which is going to be a good one. It's Mango and Dry Dude versus Dino and who was that man's name? Inari Lander. Yeah, Dino XL and Inari Lander. So I'll let them know, guys. So there's an Elia. XL Hero, yeah. So they've signed up together, I know that. He should be going on to the other team. Yeah, there he goes. Now it's just Dry Dude, and yeah, there's Dry Dude. And I know Mango's in here as well. I just saw him talking in map chat not long ago. They're probably waiting for Anelia and Lagagnon to enter so they can spectate them really quick. And I'll do the same at the same time so we can all take a view together. He's running Lunar Leadership with Marauder. He's got Sword with Focus, Axe, and Shield. He's looking over here, Virtues, Radiance, and Firebrand. Interesting. And he's running on Spellbreaker. Is he running Tactics? No, no Tactics. Gain Protection after a successful full counter. Is that something that they changed? I don't remember that. I'm just seeing. Maybe you guys can correct me. Is this new? Guard counter? I'm not sure. I think this is new. I'm just looking at the chat to see if you guys respond. The Discipline, Strength, and Spellbreaker. And now I know Dry Dude's in here, and I know Mango's in here. There's Dry Dude. So he's probably telling Mango right now that he's going to be up. So I'm sure he's going to be coming. Let's take a, yeah. Mango usually, oh, Mango is DC. Okay, no problem. So we're going to give him a minute. And this gives us a little more time to look through it. To look through Mango, I mean, Dry Dude's build. And also, if you guys can, card counter is full, is right. It was brand new, I think. I didn't check. I got to check that. I got to keep up the, update list with me. So if I do see something, I can just refer to it right away. Alright, he's running with your actually a proc hollow. He's really good at proc hollow. There was no major changes to hollow in this regard over here. But I think there is the major change to if you see him swap over to his Shockwave, which is only a 300 radius, and the Corona Burst has got reduced damage as well. Let's take a quick look at Mango, and they might be preparing. The guys did sign up as a team, so they're allowed a couple minutes beforehand when they see who they're up against to kind of get their strategy and their gameplay down. As in 1v1, it's a lot faster when they start up. They know who they're fighting, they know what they have to do, but this has got more of a little finesse to it. You are with a partner, you got to be able to peel, you got to be able to put pressure down at the same exact time, focus the target, bait the your initial target. Corruption Invocation and Herald, interesting. He's going for Condi. Very interesting. Drydu doesn't have too much pressure and power damage. He's more sustained. I don't think Anelia made any major changes. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they don't know if they don't think that Mango is Condi. Going in with the heavy Corona Burst, I mean the Photon Blitz, he gets him in the Polarity Singularity. They're trying to focus down Anelia, and they do a really good job. That was a lot more damage than I expected to come out of this team. Really good job from Drydude and Mango, and what I expect from them. They're very, 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 very strong opponents. And Drydude, I think right now, where is he sitting on the bracket? Drydude number 4, yeah. Mango shouldn't be too far. He's probably in the top 50 for sure, somewhere up here. I know he's in here. Maybe I just didn't see him. But I definitely know he's somewhere up there. So here we go into game 2. Oh, and also guys, I want to thank you for coming to watch. I do these tourneys almost every single, well, I do them every single day. I'm very new to Twitch and I'm very new to shoutcasting, but I practice every day. Take a look at my highlights video. You'll see all the tournaments I do from every single day, starting from now all the way back a month and a half or a month and a week ago. If you like this type of stuff, click that follow, click that subscribe. I'd really, really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. So here we go into game.
Mango is 34th, by the way. He was asking.
Oh, thank you. And thank you, Frosty C. And thank you, Alex, for both letting me know. So obviously you can see Mango is really good. And it's very easy to get into the top 25. He just needs to win like 2 or 3 matches and he's in top 25. It won't take him long. And knowing Mango, he's going to get there for sure. And if you put duos with Drydude, I remember seeing Drydude duo with Clown, and they were doing really good together. He would just kind of hold far node, and then Clown would come in and support him really quick, pop a couple shots to the guy's head, take him out, and then rotate again. Well, Drydude just holds the far node. So I'm going to watch Anelia for this one and see what he does. He's running an interesting firebrand. He's even got received light, hold the line. Very interesting. He does have the 3 mantras in the end over here, potency and lore. He's getting hard pressured again. He manages to avoid the prolanger, the singularity, and the shockwave. Tries to get his heal off. Drydude is on him like white on rice. He will not let him go. The hard light arena is in. He's standing in it. It's not in his favor. And now they've actually turned their attention. It looks like they have. Then Sur Arena, the angle gets very, very funky. He's doing a good job of trying to kite as much as he can. His teammates got to get up there and try to peel for him if he can. He's not able to. He does have the rampage. He already tried to use it to give him a little bit of distance, but it's not going to be enough. And it looks like Drydude and Mango end up moving forward into the quarterfinals. Now we're moving into the first match of our quarterfinals, guys. Here we go. It's going to be Naru and Helio versus Gunstrek and Zoom. So Naru and Helio. Yes. Sorry guys, I'm just whispering. I'm just letting them know in map chat that who the next match is. So we're going to take a look at Princess Muffin Crisp over here. He's running Inspiration, Dueling, and Mirage. This is not Condi, it's just Power. He's got Great Sword with Axe and Pistol. And we got Naru over here running Firebrand. Interesting, he's still sticking with it. He's got Mender Amulet with Rune of the Traveler. He's got Axe Shield with Sword and Ascent and the Focus. He's running with Zeal, Honor, and Firebrand. Interesting. I didn't expect him to be running that. Good job though. I'm really excited to see how he goes. I'm going to watch him for this match. Now we got Helio running on his Hollow Smith. He's running Tools Hollow. He's also got Leadership with Demolisher. He's got Rifle. Now we're just waiting for Arathorn Stark to end up coming in. I know he's here and his teammate is in here. They signed up together. There's Arathorn Stark. Perfect. And it gets a little easier now. I know everybody in the quarterfinals has already done their match. So they're obviously here. So everything should flow really, 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 really nicely. Now I'm still waiting for him. This is one of the only guys that I was really nervous with. He does sometimes consume a lot of time. Come on, buddy. I'm curious why he's running with Gio. What is this? Is this new? Binding Jeopardy? I believe this is new. There's Arathorn Stark. He has entered. He's gone on Spellbreaker. Let's take a quick look. Discipline, Defense, and Spellbreaker. This is classic build, what he usually runs. He's also running with Featherfoot Grace, and he's running Endure Pain with Berserker Stance. Greatsword, Greatsword Dagger with Shield. And more Condi removal with Demolisher. I don't know where all the Condis. Maybe he's burned. Let me take a quick look at Naru. I didn't focus. No, he's not burned. He's running healing. So this is interesting to see. So here we go. Yeah, the greatest trade. Okay, thank you, Crisis Guardian. I appreciate that. So here we go. Naru versus Helio versus Grunts GT, and they're putting some heavy pressure onto Naru. Princess has got to be careful. He's able to mitigate a lot of that damage. Looks like they're both focusing on Naru. They're going to put all the pressure they can. Oof, Princess takes some heavy damage there. He's got to be careful. Nice CC on Naru. He's taking some heavy pressure. Princess has got to be careful, though. He might go down from this. A lot of damage. He's not able to get his heal up. Arathorn Stark's got to be able to peel for him. He's not going to be able to get that down. He did win a 2v1 last time, Arathorn Stark, but I don't think he's going to be able to do this against Naru and Helio. This is a tall order. He does go into the Rampage, does get the knockdown. It was a pretty good burst. They had a pretty good exchange on that one, but then as soon as Muffins lost his ability to kite, he kind of got locked down, and they got big damage on him, and it's really dangerous coming out from the Hollowsmith, who can really lock you down with those shockwaves. So I'm just letting Princess know. He's curious if he can, how much he can change, dependent on his build. Told him you can change everything, buddy. So he is going to be making a change. I'm not sure what it is yet, but we're going to be finding out pretty soon. Our next match after this, just so we know, and also, sorry guys, I didn't post the bracket in a while in the Twitch chat, so I'll post it here for you so you can follow along with me. We have 15 teams actually for this 2v2. That's quite a bit for this one, and especially considering it's a Tuesday, so I'm super happy. And we also get to see a lot of the new changes, to see how some of the builds do. Hollowsmith is a little OP, but they did do some patches to it. Our next match after this is going to be Deuce and Cloud versus Valor and Meatwad. That's going to be another one. These quarterfinals are going to be good. I'm very curious to see how the semifinals go. I'm very excited for that. So here we go into Game 2. Arathorn Stark and Princess Muffin Cups. They're making some changes. And as you can see, here's the change that he's made. And I tried to wait. The stream is on a 10-second lag, so I tried to show the build just 10 seconds before the match starts, so the other team didn't have much of an opportunity to change. Valor and Crisis, sorry. sorry, Valor. And it looks like they're going to be focusing on... Looks like they're still going for Naru, trying to put the heavy pressure. Princess Muffin has got to be careful. Let me watch him on this one. He's still got a lot of his... he just uses his False Oasis. He does have his Condi clear. He's got the blink if he so chooses. He's standing in there taking a lot of damage. That's very dangerous. Now Captain is just staying on top of him. He's got the Hollow Leap. And that was very dangerous. He probably should have poured it out a little earlier. And maybe Arathorn Stark should have popped that Rampage a little earlier as well to try to help peel for him if he could. But I think they just tried to stand in the pocket to try to put down as much damage as they could. But ended up blue team getting the better of the exchange, having a lot more sustain in that situation. Especially considering Arathorn just doesn't have that Firebrand sustained like Naru. So maybe standing toe-to-toe wasn't the smartest move, but a valiant effort nonetheless. So that's Naru and Helio, excuse me, that move on to the semifinals. Now we have Deuce and Cloud versus Valor and Meatwad. Deuce and Cloud versus Valor and Meatwad. I'm just going to write it in map chat. Sorry, Meatwad, I did it. Sorry, Valor, I did it again. It's Valor and Crisis. Valor and Crisis, guys. I think it's Valor and Crisis. Yeah, Valor and Crisis. I don't know why I put Valor and Meatwad. I'm pretty stupid. So sorry about that, guys. Valor's just so strong. He duos with himself. He ends up getting through the 2v2. Sorry, Crisis. He's like, it's okay, I get it, I'm irrelevant. No, he did a really good job. This is actually really interesting. I think they're running double ranger. Yeah, they're running double core ranger. And he's also got longbow with greatsword. There's a lot of changes to greatsword, as you can see just with the combo. He's on longbow at the moment, but he's running Holbrack with demolisher. He's also running Beast Mastery, Nature Magic, and Wilderness Survival. We didn't see them in the first round because they were the only team that ended up getting a bye. Them, and Naru's team. And then we got Deuce over here running with Wilderness Survival, Beast Mastery, and Marksmanship. He's running with Sword and Warhorn with Greatsword. With Greatsword. He's running Leadership and Demolisher. I'm interested to see. We saw Meatwad already. Defense, Strength, Discipline, and Spellbreaker. Dagger, and with the Shield. And he also runs with Stomp. No, he's not running with Stomp, sorry. Ruin of the Traveler with Demolisher. And we got Crisis running your classic OG Core Guard. Valor is Meatwad. Right here, Meatwad. He's already got his Shield of Wrath up. Hopefully he can get it up to proc. And not able to. He's just too much inside the damage. Looks like they're focusing on Rylians right now. Oof, big damage. Big damage on Rylians. They end up getting the down. He actually got caught. But both of these guys are really good at these builds. And they know how to adjust. They probably weren't expecting that at first. Really good damage. Really good CC coming from Meatwad. Crisis and Meatwad are working really well together. Very impressive play so far. They did really well in their first match in the first round as well. Now Deuce is kind of stuck by himself. Let's just see how he's able to sustain. There's a minute and 15. It's going to be pretty hard for him to get all the way to the map mechanic on this one. He does have the Mage Bane on him. Really good pull by Valor. He gets him inside that, what is that called right here? I don't know what that symbol is. It's in one of his traits here. Is he running Hammer? Yeah, he is running Hammer. Okay, I didn't realize. I thought he was running Greatsword. Oh my goodness. Really good job with the Hammer. I like seeing that, especially on a Core Guard. You don't see it too often. I find it very clunky and slow. But if you start to learn its momentum and how it functions, like you really play it often, it really has some sort of a grace to it. It's really, really nice. I've seen it very impressive play with certain Guardians, and Crisis has been playing a Guardian for a long, long time. So he's probably one of the best ones to show it. And we just saw it right there. Really good hammer play. Let me see if they made any changes here. I don't know if they're going to make it, but like I said, nope, they're ready to go at it again. Maybe they just think that they got a little caught off guard, and they're going to try to go a little more ham on this one. I'm going to watch Rylians on this one, and obviously they had really good success, the red team, focusing Rylians, so I'm going to watch to see how he mitigates the damage, where it's his positioning, if he tries to go to the top tier and bottom tier. They're using the smoke field already for the stealth. This is a big engage. He hasn't used the strength of the pack yet. There he is. Big CC coming out from Crisis and Meatwad, double teaming him perfectly, putting the heavy pressure. Beautiful pull, goes into the rampage. Wow, that was excellently executed right there. That's Mr. Perfect over there. Throwing a football to himself and catching it. Really impressive play coming out of the blue team. Pip and Cloud just really got caught with their pants down. Rylians tried to get away. He was about to go into strength of the pack. Meatwad saw that immediately. I think he hit him with the Bull's Charge. Crisis poured it right on top of him. They got the Mage Bane on top, pulled the Mage Bane, popped the Rampage, and just completely dominated in that match. But oh my god, there's actually a down. Holy moly, Pip the Magic Dragon is trying to cleave. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. Yeah, of course I know about Mr. Perfect. I used to, I have a lot of brothers. We used to watch wrestling. I have 4 brothers. So we used to watch wrestling and we do moves on each other all the time. Mr. Perfect is awesome. So that's Pip and Cloud that get removed, and that's actually Valor and Crisis that move forward. Really good job coming out from them. Very impressive comboing and focusing on their target. Now we got a really good match. I'm excited for this one right now. I'm very, very, very interested to see how this one goes out. It's Sorrow and Demonoid versus Anya and Anonymous. Very, very excited. There's Demonoid, who's already entered. He's running that Core Guard heal brand, like heal Core Guard, running with staff. He's going a little more defensive. I don't know if he's going to stay with Sword of Justice. He was a little more cautious. I'm sure he's going to be a little more. There he goes. He's already switched it over to hold the line. He's going to be a little more cautious. He doesn't know what the other opponent is going to bring and how tough they're going to be. So he's going a little more defensive. He's trying to be careful here. And that's what he's trying to. That's a really good idea, especially to feel out your opponent. There are 3 rounds. So even if you lose the first one, there's still room for adjustment. But he's going to be on the safe side for this one. So let's take a quick look at Sorrow over here. Trickery, Deadly Arts, and Deadeyes. Running with Rifle, Sword with Pistol. Exactly what he was running before. We have Anya on this side. Running Sword with Staff. He's got Lisa and Marauder. We're just waiting for Anonymous to enter. I'm 33 actually, Deathless. So I remember Mr. Perfect back in the day before I think he ended up ruining his career. A lot of those guys, when they get a little too popular, it gets to their head, and you know, drugs, women, and alcohol, it takes over, man. You lose all motivation and end up crumbling. Look at Razor Ramon. Hey, yo, the bad guy. He ended up really fucking up. Holy moly, him and Jake the Snake too, bro. A lot of these guys. Mr. Perfect died? Oh man, I forgot he did. How did he die? Oh man, I do remember that. He did die. At an early age too. A really early age. What age did he die? I remember him still being like, everybody was shocked. I'm sure it was drugs or something. Back then there wasn't a lot of Facebook or Instagram, and you couldn't really peer into their lives too well, and they're wrestlers, nobody cared too much. So I'm sure he was into a bunch of shenanigans. He did die a legend. He didn't end up ruining his career. No problem. And there's Anya, who just messaged me, said teammate is on the way, sorry for the wait. No problem at all, man. We get to talk about Mr. Perfect. Ric Flair. I don't know how he did it. Hulk Hogan kind of went off the rails a bit. He ended up kind of like staggering back into it. But Ric Flair, man, that guy held his career, and he just kept getting better and better. He was turned into memes. Rappers had him in rap songs. Bro, that went wild and out of control. I'm just going to let them know in map chat. I forgot that they're not in Twitch with us, so I'm going to let them know. Thanks again, Boogly Oogly, for the donation, bro. Woo woo. I really appreciate that, guys. And also, while we're in this little lull, might as well solicit you. If you like this type of content, man, click that follow, click that subscribe. I do these every single day. You'll see my schedule, my rules, the sub perks, everything, all a little bit about me below the channel. And like I said, I do them every day. 1v1, 2v2, 3v3. I even do Fashion Wars. I even do in-house 5v5s. Anybody can enter them. We just pick teams from random, and we just keep doing it. We usually last around 3-4 hours when we do those. And if you want to take a look, they're in my highlights. And another thing that I found really, really, really cool is that I started this really not long ago, guys. Like I said, maybe a month and a half ago, I started doing this. And I've started noticing a lot of people going into my videos or the highlights and taking little clips of themselves or good matches that they had or really cool things that they did, and they're clipping them and posting them. And that makes me feel it's like really cool. I appreciate when people do that, especially I'm doing the effort. And it also makes me notice that they appreciate it. They like seeing themselves inside the matches. They like watching it, you know, and at the same time, it's also good for practice or even like scouting, if you will. If you're, oh yeah, the monthly AT is back, guys. The monthly AT is back. So that's exactly what I was getting to my point of. You can use these as like your scouting. You can go through all my 1v1s, go through my 2v2s, go through my 3v3s, and you can find and choose and pick the guys that you're like, oh fuck, he did really good. This guy did really amazing too. Let me grab him. I'll put him on my team. I'll put him on my team, and I'll put him on my team, and we'll get this really good collab going. So this is what I really like about that too, and I'm really excited for the monthly AT to come back. It's going to be happening this Saturday. I'm really sad I can't shoutcast it and I can't do anything. I did ask ArenaNet to be a partner. I asked them on Tuesday, I believe. I sent an email. I don't know if they're going to get back to me or how long that takes. They said if they don't accept me, they're never going to message me back. So that makes me kind of sad. But if they do accept me, hopefully they do write me back. Yeah, the monthly AT is back, guys. Check it out. Check it out, man. Check it out, man. Cormier's Clash in 3 days, October 5th. Automated tournaments. Look what we have. Gold Llama box, tournament vouchers. So that's really good. And I'm really happy with what ArenaNet's doing. You know, even the patches, they didn't go too crazy, not too insane. They did kind of destroy. Scourge a little bit, but you know, it wasn't a crazy. He died from coke overdose. A lot of drugs. I think he died in his early 40s. Yeah, he did. I'm sure he was on a lot of drugs there. The deathless. I'm sure he was. But yeah, I'm really excited. They not only they brought back the build templates, or they're bringing build templates October 29th, which is really cool. Yeah, there is a little bit of an issue with how many build templates you're able to use. You do get one full set for free at the beginning, so that's going to be for free, but it's only good for one character really. And there's a lot of people with multiple characters, multiple accounts, so it might get a little costly. But at the same time, you know, can you really fault them? They kind of need to make money. It's free to play. They don't have any really source of revenue, or they do, but they need to make a little more to just continue with these. You know, the bigger it gets, the more money they make, the more effort they're going to try to put into it. And we can already see the effort being put into it. They're bringing back the guild templates, and they brought back monthly AT, and they didn't even tell anyone that they brought back the monthly AT. They kind of snuck it in there. I didn't see anything in the notes. I didn't see anything mention it. I didn't hear it anything on their Twitch stream. I didn't see anything of that nature. Okay, let's see if he's coming. I'm going to whisper him right now. We've been waiting a long time here. Sorry for those inside the Twitch. I didn't. Sorry for those guys inside there. We'll move to the next match. I don't necessarily want to kick them out because it is the quarterfinals. They are a strong team, and Soro's team is a strong team. I don't necessarily want to see them get removed. But this is going to be a really good match too. It's going to be Rev and Grunts GT, who did a really good job against. Who did they face in the first round? Here, I'll post the brackets for you again inside the Twitch chat, guys, in case you just came in and you want to see who's participated and who's going to be participating. So now we have Grunts GT versus Mango and Dry Dude, and they actually went after Grunts GT versus Mango Dry Dude. Let me see if Grunts is still there. There's Rebaboa. There's Dry Dude and Mango. And Grunts GT should be there, I'm sure. They did really good in their first match. I don't see for any reason for him to leave. So let's take a quick look at Song of Mango over here. Yeah, he's running that interesting Revenant build. So we got Nightmare with Wanderer Amulet. He's got Sword Shield with Mace and Axe. He's running Invocation. Interesting. Corruption. And Grunts DT. Oh, there he is. He's back. He did DC, but thankfully we don't have to wait that long. I was kind of pacing myself going through their builds. Hopefully he was coming back. Inventions, Alchemy, and now Mango and Dry Dude. Mango and Dry Dude did a really good job. Now here's Rebaboa. He's running also another interesting build. I think he's running something very similar to Mango. He's running Axe Mace with Sword Shield. He's running Mace Axe with Sword Shield. Interesting. They're running something very similar. But he's running with Sage and he's running with Deadshot? No, with Sage And he's running with. Okay, let me just focus on this match here, guys. Here we go. Mango and Dry Dude trying to put the pressure onto him. They're focusing on Cosmos already, which is probably a good idea. He's the squishier of the two, but big pressure coming onto Mango. Ooh, they got to be careful. Good re-sustain coming out from Revaboa. Mango's getting really low here. Grunts GT and Revaboa, wow, are they pulling out all the stops here. And I don't think they expected this coming out from them. Really good job by Atwood over here. I think he's running with the Zeal. Yeah, he's running with the Zeal Firebrand. So Mango's got to be really careful. There's a lot of pressure. Let's see if he's got his Glint Heal that he's going to come up with. No, he's already used his Glint Heal. He did go down. Cosmos is just cleaving like a madman. And Dry Dude is the only one that's left. He may be able to get this res, but he needs to get it. Oh my goodness. Revaboa and Cosmos Atwood taking out Song and Dry Dude. Holy moly, guys. And Revaboa and Grunts GT are actually free agents. And I know the skill class of certain players, so I tried to put them together so they make strong teams. And this one turned out really. Sorry, guys. I'm just whispering one of the participants. And they were asking me why didn't I disqualify Anya and Anonymous. Anya and Anonymous participate in a lot of my big tournaments. They helped me out a lot. I've even had Anonymous who a special guest shoutcasted me with me 2 or 3 times. And Anya he's always been super solid dude. He never gives me any troubles in any of my tournaments. And he whispered me, said, oh, he's just a little, he's not here right now. He's going to be back in like 2 minutes. We waited. And I was like, you know what, I'm not going to cancel them. I'm just going to move to the next match. Because Sorrow and Demonoid versus Anya and Anonymous is going to be a good match, and I really do want to see it. So I don't think there's any issue. And they're really nice dudes. They helped me out a lot, so big ups to them. Sorry, guys, for making us all wait. I really didn't want to do that, but I really want to watch the match as well. Cosmos and Atwood, by the way, guys, free agents. They're just dumping through the competition right now. Whew, Lord. We actually had 15 teams in this 2v2 today. That's sometimes the low end of what I get for 1v1. So that was a really good turnout. It's also showing that a lot more people are interested in these. A lot more people want to come out to them. And this is a Tuesday. I usually hold these for the weekend. Really big pressure coming onto Cosmos. Song of Mango and Dry Dude are doing a much better job of mitigating the damage. But they got to be careful with Revaboa as well. He's able to put that big pressure. Now they're trying to counter onto but Dry Dude's taking a lot of pressure as well. He gets the Glint Elite. He doesn't able to connect. He drops the big AoE, which is super helpful. Dry Dude's getting really low. They're trying to pressure him. He uses the Elixir S to try to cut away. But now Dry Dude's already used the Elixir S, and Song of Mango is left by himself to fend against both of them. Cosmos is really low. He does get his heal back up. He's got to be able to get some damage down to be able to mitigate some of that, or be able to use that to full advantage. Chaos goes down. Revaboa is really close to going down. That was probably one of the most exciting matches that I've had so far. Yeah, these guys are very strong in Kisama. That's probably one of the better matches I've seen. Kudos to these guys. We're going into a Game 3, Song of Mango versus Dry Dude. This is our second to last match inside our quarterfinals, guys. And it's nothing but better matches that are going to be coming out of this. We do have a third place match. We're giving out 400 gold for this tournament today. It's going to be 50% for first place, 30% for second place, and 20% for third place. And this is going to be split between the team members. So I'm going to be sending out the gold to the captains. The captains are the guys who whispered me to sign up. So whoever whispered me to sign up, you are considered the captain. So Mango is the captain for Dry Dude's team, or Mango's team. And we got, Revaboa and Cosmos Atwood are both free agents, so I'll probably split the pot and give it to them separately and individually. I don't want to get into any issues where someone's like, oh, he never sent me my gold. But this is going to be interesting. A lot of pressure coming out into both teams. I don't think he's made any major changes over here. And Dry Dude always runs with enhanced capacity. He does really well. We're going to actually watch him, and you're going to see how good he does on his heat mitigation and his just keeping an eye on it and making sure anything doesn't. He literally gets to the end of the heat. He's just trying to stack that might as much as he can. They go into stealth. He drops up the might stacks as well from the other elixir. They're trying to focus on Cosmos, and that would probably be the best target. Big AoE coming down. I'm not sure if that was Mango's or if that was Revaboa's. He gets him in the polarity singularity. Really good job putting heavy pressure onto Cosmos, and he gets the down. There was no way. But he's still getting really close. He's not going to be able to get that res. Revaboa is trying to keep the cleave onto Song of Mango. He's not going to be able to get it. Really heavy pressure coming from Dry Dude. Really good job by Revaboa and Grunts GT, though. My hats are off to you guys. That was really impressive. Maybe they just found each other new duo partners. Love is in the making right here. They did really well, especially considering they had probably had zero time to coordinate anything together. I don't think they've ever really played together. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't, but they did really well together. That's actually Dry Dude and Song moving forward. Now this is our last match in the quarterfinals. That was a really good match. And I've also noticed when I do the challengebracket.com, if I don't put in the exact win and loss that people got, I've actually gotten whispers from people saying, hey man, I checked over the, you're kind of upset. They're like, hey man, I checked over the challenge.com and it says I lost 2-0. And I was like, yeah, sometimes I'll just put 2 just to make sure that I just go forward, you know? And he's like, no, but I didn't lose 2-0. I won one. And I was like, oh, it really matters that much? He's like, yeah, I want to see that. So I was like, okay, no problem. And there's a couple of people who've done that, so I try to make sure that I'm very vigilant on that. So here we go. They already know who's fighting, so it's Trauma Kit, Anya. And now I'm going to put a 5-minute delay on this one. So once one team has filled out, I'm going to start the timer. It's going to be 5 minutes. If he doesn't show up within that 5 minutes, then I'm going to be giving him a disqualification. I can't go any longer. We're going to be moving into the semifinals after this. So here we already have Soro Dragonfall. I'm going to take a quick look. I'm going to let him know as well he can use a sub if... no, there he is. Perfect. So he ends up showing up. Perfect. Worked out really nice. And you can see he's rocking his little Champion's Winter Crown. This individual has prevailed at the highest levels of competition in the mist. A true champion stands before you. That's my man, not a mouse over here. He's running over here Sword, Dagger, and Short Bow. He's got Rune of the Traveler with Carry On, Amulet, Trickery, Deadly Arts, and Daredevil. We got Anya running Invocation, Devastation, and Herald, their classic Revenant build. He's also running Rune Lisa. Now this is the interesting one. Mace Shield with Staff. He's running Soldier and Harrier. I'm going to watch... yeah, I'm going to watch Demonoid for this, and they're obviously going to go for Demonoid, and they're going to turn on to Soro whenever they get the chance. He's trying to peel for Trauma Kit right now, but Trauma's got a lot of sustain. I don't think he's too worried. There's Soro trying to get the cleave up onto Anya, and that's the target that they're probably going to want to get. But if Soro can get the good pot shot onto Nanamouse, he can take him down quite quickly. Now they're focusing, good exchange. Now Trauma Kit's stuck without being able to support Soro. Soro's trying to get back to him, and here he goes trying to keep the heavy pressure. Really good sustain. He's trying to keep him mitigated, and Soro's a Deadeye. He doesn't have too much health, so it's going to be pretty hard to keep him up. He's doing a pretty good job, but Soro's not. And at the same time, Soro's very kitey, and he's always bouncing around. It's hard for Trauma to keep up with him, and Soro's got to do a better job of sticking with him. They're not able to cancel the Signet Res. He does get it off, and as you can see, Trauma did put up the heal. Now Soro goes right back down. Really, really, really tough coming out of his part. And as I mentioned, Anya's able to put the heavy pressure. Even if the Soro tries to run away, he does have a lot of ports, and he does have a lot of gap closers that he can use to his availability to really catch up to Soro. Soro's got to do a better job of trying to kite and then come back to Trauma and kite and come back to Trauma. Trauma's almost like a mother running after the kid who's in the park, just wants having too much fun. He doesn't want to go home yet. So he's got to be really, really careful. Really, really, I've actually turned into one of my emotes for my subscriber is really good job. I say that all the time. It's really hard for me to stop it. It's a bad habit. I'm going to put some post-its all around my computer screen just saying, really good job, don't say it. Really good job, don't say it. Really good job, don't say it. And I'm actually waiting for them to accept my emotes are still pending, guys. I did update the badges for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and 6 month subscribers. But I'm not even there yet. I haven't even been... twitching that long to even get up to 3 month subscribers. I've only been twitching for about a month and a week, a month and a half. There's a suggestion box below, guys. I really like that box. If you have any suggestions, something I should improve on, something you'd like to see in the future, a tournament style, put it there, man. I really like to hear what you guys have to offer, or what you guys have to say about how these go and what you'd like to see in the future. So right now, Anya's doing a good job of mitigating. Soro's in big trouble here. He tries to get the shackling wave, doesn't get it. There's that focus, that sword port. He's got to be really careful. They're actually getting some decent pressure up onto Anya and Imagine. Imagine's got to get out. He tries to use that glint to elite to peel for him. Soro's just kneeling down trying to get that big pot shot on him. He's able to mitigate most of that. Anya's trying to kite away now. Soro's staying on top of him. It was probably a pretty bad engage. Anya got the better of that, but Anya's still pretty low. And he doesn't have any source of major healing like Soro does. Now imagine, they're kind of both going in and out. Really good job from both of them, taking turns to poke at Soro. Soro's got to go into stealth or something. He does have the Signet. He's going to be able to get it off. He doesn't manage to get it off. He's not even running with Signet. He probably went for a little more sustain on this one, but it just isn't enough. Anya and Anonymous end up taking it. Valiant effort by Demonoid and a very interesting choice coming from the Healbrand with the Deadeye. The Deadeye is really hard for him to keep up with. So now we're going into our first match of the semifinals, guys. This is going to be Valor and Crisis versus Naru and Helio. And now Valor and Crisis are doing a really good job of focusing their targets. So I'm really curious to see how well Naru and Helio are able to mitigate this. And mind you, these guys are top tier, so they're going to do a really good job. And it's also going to be more of a test for Valor and Crisis to see how they do against these top tier players. And that's another reason why I like doing these, because naturally they wouldn't have the opportunity to fight these top tier guys and put their skills to the test and see where they kind of stand on the totem pole, if they know if they have to work a lot harder and what places they have to work on. So I really enjoy that. Chrissy, I called him. Sorry, Crisis. I don't see Naru and Healy. Oh, there's Naru. Okay, perfect. Excellent. So if Naru's here, I'm sure Helio's not too far behind. Let's take a look at Meatwad's build while we wait. Rune of the Traveler with Demolisher. He's running with Dagger and Shield. He's got Great Sword over here. Strength, Defense, and Discipline. Just seeing if there's any changes they made in there. I doubt it. Radiance, Valor, and Virtues. He's running with that old school Core Guard. Now it's going to be hard for him, especially as a Core Guard. His counters are, it's not a Firebrand. He is, well, it is a Firebrand, but he's not hybrid. He's more sustained than anything else, and support. He does have this though. Maybe he is hybrid. Yeah, it definitely looks hybrid now. My bad. Sword focus with axe and shield. He's definitely going hybrid. Captain Thackeray. This is going to be a really tough match for Crisis, especially with the Hollow. There's just a lot of damage. They did reduce some of the damage coming out of Hollow, so it won't be that bad. But they've been doing a really good job of focusing target. There you go, right for Crisis Guardian, and that's who they really want to focus. Then now they're not being able to get their engage that they want to. Really good bait pull on Naru. They're trying to get the cleave on him. They got to get their timing right. The Prime Light Beam comes out. He's trying to peel for him. Naru's in some big trouble here. They're doing a really good job of focusing. Now Crisis is in big trouble. I think he just popped his renewed focus. Not sure if he was able to get it down, but that was really impressive still. He got really close to getting Naru. And that was literally fractions of a second from being able to turn the whole tide of that match. And now that they know, maybe that was a little more of a confidence booster for them. Now that they know that they're able to get that big pressure down, maybe they can get a better engage on the next one. On this one, they got a little discombobulated. Captain Helio came in really quick onto Crisis, putting a lot of pressure, kind of making him a little timid at first, so he wasn't able to get that big engage right away. He kind of had to back out a bit and be like, wait, I got to get my health up before I go into this. And also at the same time, it's not like he can open up right onto someone like Naru. He's going to be ready for it right away. So you can't just bust your load right away at the beginning. He's going to have to be a little more clever than that. He's going to try to bait him out. But the hard part is trying to bait him out without taking too much damage in the process. He's not too sustaining. He doesn't have too much in his toolkit. He does have some blocks and blinds, but that was only go so far, especially when their symbols down and you got a photon blitz coming at your face, which is going to literally rob you of everything that you may have. I don't think he's going to make any major changes, and as I mentioned in this tourney, the only rules that are here is the class you start with is the class you finish, and there's no Condi Rush. So you can class stack, you can use Firebrand Scourge, you can do whatever you want. You can change your entire build. You can go from Core Guard to Firebrand to Dragon Hunter if you so choose. So here we go into game 2. Let's see if they're going to be able to do it. I'm going to watch Crisis for this one. I'm not even sure if he was able to get his renewed focus off, but renewed focus is really helpful. Especially when he's getting hard focus, he can just pop it immediately, and they're going to have no choice but to re-engage onto Meatwad, giving him a little room to breathe and run away. But here they are, both sitting back, and they know that there's big bursts. Meatwad's going in first. He's got a lot more sustain. Looks like they're focusing on Captain Helio, who doesn't seem to be moving. Really big, heavy pressure onto Crisis. He kind of baited out. Oh my goodness. And it's very unfortunate that Crisis went down a little early. And Naru was one who actually got really close to getting down. He goes into his his Rampage. That was a really, really good match, even despite the score and what we see it as 2-0. They did really good. They got very close. But mind you, at the same time, Naru was putting a lot of pressure down, so he was a little more susceptible. This is going to be a really good semifinals match. We also have a third place match as well, guys. But our next match is going to be Anya and Anonymous versus Mango and Dry Dude. I'm very excited to see this one. These are both really top tier players. So good luck to both of you, gentlemen. Yay, it's great. So here we have Anonymous already entering. Let's take a quick look. Trickery, Deadly Arts with Daredevil. He's running with Sword, Dagger, Short Bow, Traveler, and Carry On Amulet. I couldn't get any of my utility off and I panicked. Yeah, that's what happens. Especially against when you're going against really strong people. You get kind of nervous. Playing without a hand, Mango. Car accident. And you get really nervous playing against really strong people, but the more you do these tournaments and the more you're on stream and you know you're being watched, you kind of start to get to deal with the pressure and it becomes something else, you know. You kind of rise to another plateau. You're able to work under the pressure, you know. Being under the pressure kind of tests you, and in practice, you get really good practice. And as well, like I mentioned, before I did this, you didn't really get a good chance to fight Anya and Anonymous in a 2v2, so you only really fought them in like monthly ATs or in ranked matches if you so happen to go up against them. So this really gives you the opportunity to fight these type of guys and get that nervousness out and be like, you know what, I can do this, I can beat them. And you just try a little harder and you team up with your team. And I do these every day, so guys, 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s. Good pressure coming out onto Anya right now. Song is in a little bit of trouble. He's able to get resustained from Mango, from Dry Dude. He doesn't have much left. He does have his Elixir S, so that's really good news for him at least. They know that they still have to bait him into using it. He's trying to sustain for Mango. They're trying to keep the heavy pressure onto Anya. Really good shield back, push back. Let's see if Anya's got his glint heal. He doesn't have his glint heal. He might go down on this. Really good job by Mango putting on the heavy pressure onto Anya. He wasn't able to respond fast enough, and he doesn't have enough peel coming out from Imagine. And if Imagine tries to get close, there's just way too much cleave coming out from Mango and Dry Dude that when he does try to peel for Anya, he ends up getting punished for it. And especially being a thief and being so squishy, being Condi, it's very, very difficult for him. It's pretty much going to be in the hands of Anya on this one to see if they're going to be able to win. He's got to be really, really kitey. He's got to be very, very evasive. He's just got to be very clever in his positions. Maybe staying in spawn for the first little bit, trying to draw one of them really close, and then maybe trying to use the sword 3 to mitigate some more damage, running to another no port spot, just giving a little bit of time for Imagine to put up some Condis. But there's a lot of Condi clear coming out of Dry Dude. He does have Hard Light Arena. This is going to be a tough one. Really, really tough. You don't see you stream? Oh yeah, you should stream. I definitely want to see it. If you guys have a stream and you do stream, post it in the chat, man. I don't mind at all. I want to support all Guild Wars 2 streamers. If you have a stream that you do stream and you want people to know it, post it, man, and I'll even shout it out into the Twitch. I really encourage all streamers, man. The more people we have streaming, the more people are going to watch the game, the more people are going to get curious, the more people are going to start playing, so we can raise the population, get some better PvP going here. So now it looks like they're focusing on songs. Anya's trying to separate. He's doing a good job. He drops the Hard Light Arena to try to peel for songs as much as he can. And Imagine knows he can't do too much in there. Everything is going to be, he's just going to be getting boons and boons and boons. And I believe it also converts. I'm not entirely sure. He tries to get the Glint Elite. He actually did end up getting the Glint Elite on Anya, but he fell off the top port. Really good sustain coming out of both of them. And good job by Song actually turning target onto Imagine, knowing that he got a little close to him and he noticed that... oof, really good Condi pressure. I don't know if Dry Dude's going to be able to get the res. He is going for the res. He has dropped Elixir res, but there's just too much poison that's going to be dropped. Look at that, 7 stacks of poison. There's no way he's going to heal through that. Really good job of Anya trying to be kitey, and really good job of Imagine. And that's exactly what I mentioned. Anya's got to try to kite a little bit, give Imagine a little bit of time to get those Condis to start to do their work. There is a lot of Condi clear coming out of them, so after the first 30 seconds or so, 45 seconds, when Dry Dude's gone through a lot of his Condy clear, then that's when Imagine can start putting the pressure. And as soon as he starts putting the pressure, that's when Anya can start turning back and coming after him. But till then, Anya's going to kind of try to mitigate and survive for that time being until they can get through that Condy cleanse and they can get that pressure down. Really, really good job, man. That was excellent, excellent. Very well executed. And that's what happens when you get high-tier players here. They don't even really need to change the builds, even though I allow them to. It's just their strategy, their gameplay, their style of going in, who they engage first, baiting out their CCs, focusing one target, and then going for their real primary target, trying to get them to run off and separate just a bit. But Dry Dude and Mango are also top-tier players as well, so I'm very curious to see how they respond to this. This is our last match in our semifinals. After this, we're going to be having our third place match. So it's going to be Crisis and Valor versus whoever loses this match right here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. By the way, if you like this type of stuff, click that follow, click that subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm going for my sub goal of 20 this month. And I'm also going for 500 followers this month as well, guys. So Dry Dude versus Song of Mango versus Dry Dude and Mango versus Anya and Nana Mouse. So far, they're doing a really good job mitigating, but Dry Dude's not going through too many of his cooldowns. Mango got caught over there. He goes into his invulnerability. And a really good job noticing that Dry Dude was on the bottom tier and he wasn't able to get up in fast in time. Good pressure coming up onto Anya. He loses his Glint Elite. So now they know his Glint Heal. So now they know he's used the Glint Heal. Mango's in a little bit of pressure as well. He doesn't have his Glint Heal to his availability. There's not too much Condi. There it is. Imagine just trying to keep the heavy pressure onto him. But now Dry Dude's got to just put cleave all around Mango as much as he can. So when Imagine does come in, he does get punished. Now they're focusing on Anya. Really good job. He's getting really fucking low here. Does he have his Glint Elite? No, he's already used it. Oof, they got to keep it on him. They do get Anya down. Imagine there's no way for Imagine to be able to get this Riz. Oh my god. Post it, Deathless. Post your, I encourage it, guys. Post your stream. Post your Twitch stream here. Really good job by Song of Mango and Dry Dude. Excellent, excellent, excellent onto Imagine and Ranked. And that was a really hard duo for them to do. Anya ended up getting caught. He tried to go into the no port spot to try to avoid any type of pressure that Mango would bring onto him. But Dry Dude did really good job of putting the pressure onto him and keeping the heavy damage. So now we have our third place match. If they don't end up showing for the whoever doesn't show up for the third place match, I automatically give the other team the win. Oh my god! Hey Cha, what's up, buddy? So we got Crisis and Valor. Oh, sorry guys, third place match. And this is what I really, oh no, what, not mouse, whoops. Yeah, okay, perfect. And that's what I really like about doing these tournaments all the time, guys. People are just practicing, they're getting better and better, they enter them and they're just practicing, they're seeing other classes, and they're watching at the same time, so they're seeing the mistakes that they made, and I firmly believe that the skill tier is going higher and higher, man. People are getting much, much, much better. Really good job coming out from Dry Dude and Mango. And even I've done the 2v2s, and the people you would expect to win don't end up winning. You know what I mean? You're like, wow, you know, it's wow, it's really impressive. A lot of people say, oh, they've entered, they're going to win right away. But that's not always the case, guys. That doesn't always happen. The skill tier is getting really, really, really good. I've been noticing it. This is my 16th, I think, 2v2. I've done about 83 1v1s, and I've done about 7 or 8 3v3s. So I've been doing this for a long time, and I get to watch these players and see how well they do. Not only do well individually, but start to work and mesh with other players really well. Let me take a quick look at Meanwhile. We've already seen his build, Strength, Discipline, and Spellbreaker, Crisis Guardian. He did really well in his other match here. Now, Anya and Imagine Rank. This is going to be a little tough for Imagine because he does have the advantage against the core guard does have the advantage against Anya, so you got to be really careful. And Meatwad and Crisis do have a really good burst. He's popped his Rampage over here. They're focusing on Anya. He does pop his Glint Elite, and it's unfortunate they weren't able to bait him out of the Glint Elite first. If they were able to bait him out of the Glint Elite first, they would have been able to have that down, I'm sure. Crisis Guardian is trailing a little bit. Really good job using that staff by Anya, just kind of kiting back and knocking them both back. Now Imagine's got to put up the pressure. There he is working on Meatwad, and that's who Imagine wants to work on. Anya's in big trouble here. Crisis and Meatwad end up getting the down, and there's no way for Imagine to get the res. He drops the little, and he's using a hammer again. Really awesome out of Crisis here. He's got to still be careful, though. There's a lot of pressure coming onto him. And actually, that's Meatwad and Crisis that ends up taking game 1 in this third place match, guys. Woo, really good. Very excited to see that. And Meatwad and Crisis have been working really well in this tournament. And even though they lost to Naru and Helio, they got really close to getting down Naru twice in both matches. If they were able to get him back down, that would have been a very different turn of events. But Naru doing a really clutch job of like surviving. I literally, you see his bar went all the way down. I was like, he's dead. And somehow he just survives on that little bit and just comes right through. But good job to Meatwad and Crisis. Anya's got his work cut out for him. He's doing all the heavy lifting in this match right now. Imagine rank, not to say that he's not doing his part, but his part is to kind of be kitey, stay away, and put in the damage. So it leaves Anya all by himself. So he's really got to try to sustain and stay alive. He did an excellent job, as we saw with the staff. It was a really good move, porting right back into Crisis and Meatwad, keeping them down. And you see here, Meatwad, he's got, the name works well. He's first one in line. He's going to take the heavy damage. He does get the Ray of Judgment. No, yeah, he did end up proccing on the Ray of Judgment. He goes in, he's staying in the no port spot. This is kind of not the best spot. Oh, really good job by Crisis, actually trapping Imagine Rank inside his hammer. Crisis is in a little bit of trouble. He's got that 15 stacks of bleeding. He's finally able to mitigate it, but now here comes Anya with the heavy pressure and the Dagger Storm. Crisis is in big trouble, and there goes a little late on the Rampage by Meatwad. If he was able to get a little earlier, just before, as he was trying to get the cleave, or trying to get the appeal, maybe he could have put some pressure on to Imagine. Just hearing the animation for Rampage kind of puts a little bit of fear into people, you know what I mean? Like, oh fuck, Rampage. But I think it was a little late on the Rampage, but really good job by readjusting by Anya and Imagine and focusing on their, maybe you would think that Meatwad would be the better target to focus on this round because he's very susceptible to Condi, but he's probably running with Sigil of Clenching. He doesn't have Brawler's Recovery. Did they change Brawler's Recovery? I don't see Brawler's Recovery. Maybe it's not in this trait line. I'm sorry about that, guys. He does also have Berserker, and he's running with Mending, so there is a lot of Condi clear. Oh my god! Meatwad has almost got Anya down. He does have the Mage Bane. Unfortunately, it doesn't proc. He's not able to get the pull. Really good job and impressive performance coming out of Valor here. He's just hanging on as much as he can. He does get the full counter. Tries to get the Whirlwind. He's got the Mage Bane again. And he's got his Mending coming up in 5 seconds. There's only 20 seconds left in this map mechanic. He does have his shield. Beautiful timing on the shield. He avoids the big engage from Anonymous and the Glint Elite. There's the Mending. He's got 10 seconds left. He can still win this. There's a lot of pressure he can put down. And when the map mechanic comes up, there's a big AoE. So it kind of forces his opponents. Oh, he's got the Mage Bane. It doesn't proc. Oh, really impressive by Meatwad on that one. Wowee, wah, Meatwad. That was really good, guys. And on top of it, I really like doing these tournaments because it also gets to showcase all these guys, the talents. And like I said, I put these in my highlights video, and it's funny sometimes. Within an hour of me sometimes of posting these videos, I see a clip made. And these guys who do a really good job in their tournaments, they're happy to see themselves in this situation. They enjoy it. You know, and it's, to me, that's like the ultimate, it's the ultimate thank you when I see someone clip something, and it's just, I don't know, I like it. It's really cool. So here we go into game 2. This is actually game 3, guys. You cannot get a better match. This is our 3rd place match, and it's moving into a game 3. We're going to have our finals right after this, and our finals are always a best of 5 series. We have 400 gold that we're giving out. 50% is given to first place, 30% to second place, and 20% to third place. Really good job from these teams so far, and this tournament flowed so well. We had 15 participants in this match, in this tournament. That's 30 people. The server only holds 25, and that's just kudos to everyone. As I do these, they just get better and better. Everybody doesn't meme. They don't troll. Everybody flows really well. They listen really good. So thank you, everybody. So, sorry, we'll get back to this. Crisis Guardian getting heavy pressured. He clears the Condi really well. I'm not sure why I'm not on the other side. They're just fighting in that no port spot. And it looks funny that they're fighting in that spawn, but it is a no port. He actually catches them. He tries to use that for mitigation. He uses the rampage. Good job by Imagine porting right back, separating the two, and that's exactly what he wanted to do. And that's really smart play, really good tactics, separating the target and being able to get that 2v1 right again. They're like hyenas, just separating him and then attack, separate, attack, and Meatwad can't do much. He's kind of stuck flat-footed. He doesn't have any sort of range. He's going to have to go for the res, and the poison is just going to be too strong. He's not going to get that poison. Excellent job by Anya, and Imagine if you saw that match, that was beautifully executed. Separation and then attack. As soon as Meatwad came in, they scattered away. And then as soon as they said they tried to separate it again, as Meatwad tried to pressure on one of the targets to try to peel him off, he attacked again. That was, wow, muchos bellos. That was really nice, man. Really good job by, either way, really good job by Valor, and Crisis. Very, very impressive performance. And that was a 2-1 series going into a game 3. Wow. Really good job, guys. Really happy with that match. Now we're going into our finals, guys. La creme de la creme. This is going to be the finals. Naru and Helio versus Mango and Dry Dude. So let's take a quick look at Helio's build over here. He's running Demolisher with Rune of Leadership. He's got Rifle, Alchemy, Tools, and Hollowsmith. We got Naru on this side. He's running with Zeal, Honor, and Firebrand. A very interesting hybrid build that he's running with. Sword, Focus, and Shield and Axe. Let's take a quick look at Song of the Mango. He's running his Invocation, Corruption, and Herald. His Condi Revenant. Chaos, who is running with Mace Axe with Sword Shield. He's running with Rune of the Sunless and Deadshot. And we got Dry Dude over here running with Sword Shield. He's Hollow with the Resistance and Demolisher. Tools, Inventions, Alchemy, and Hollowsmith. So it looks like they're focusing on Song already. Really good pressure, and that's not a good sign already because now he's not able to put the pressure back onto him. He's just got to be worried about more mitigation. Tries to get the Glint Elite on Naru. He's not available. And also Polarity Prismatic Singularity was a little close to him, but not close enough. He wasn't able to get the pull. Mango's under some big pressure here. He's got to be careful. He's not able to go toe for toe, but at the same time, he doesn't really want to go far from Dry Dude. Dry Dude is going to try to get the res. I don't know if he has Elixir S available to him. He goes into Rampage, I believe. No, there's the Elixir S, trying to get the heal. A little too late. And maybe it was a little, he messed up a little. Maybe he fat-fingered something. Hey, thank you so much for that, man. I really appreciate it. Joffer FGC, thank you for the follow, man. I really appreciate it when you guys click that follow button. It just kind of pats me on the back, let me know that I'm doing a good job, and I really appreciate it. If you also look, I'm going for 500 followers this month, guys. So click that follow and help me get to 500, trying to extend our reach so we can pass this around to as many people so we can get more people to come and play and watch. Really good job by Naru and Helio, but this is a best of 5 series. Let me just write it again. This is our finals match, guys. Naru and Helio versus Dry Dude and Mango, the creme de la creme. I'm going to post the brackets inside the Twitch chat so you can see who they had to beat to get to this position. There was a lot of competitors. We had 15 teams in this tournament. That's 30 people, guys, and it's a Tuesday, so it just goes to show you how many people are out there and how many people still want to do these. I do these every single day, and every single day without fail I always manage to get a tournament on with a minimum of 12 people. So this is really good, and it's good news for us, and hopefully ArenaNet sees this and they say, hey, you know, maybe we'll start taking care of these guys. They did bring back our monthly AT. So here we go. Dry Dude trying to get the Shockwave. Really good stun coming out, stopping him from getting that Shockwave off. Tries to get the Photon Wall up. There's the Prismatic Singularity. He does get the pull. They're focusing on Dry Dude right now. He's really pressured. I bet you he didn't think he was going to get pressured. Really good job by Naru and Helio. Now as soon as they turn to... that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Did you not see that? They put the pressure onto Dry Dude, who's the main mitigation for Mango. And then as soon as Dry Dude started to focus more on himself and try to take care of himself, they turned and burned right onto Mango. And he wasn't expecting it. That was great execution, great teamwork. Just really well, good timing. Immediately turning and burning. That was beautiful. And like I said, their main target last match was Mango, so they probably expected that Mango was going to take the damage. So Dry Dude was a little more complacent. He's like, I got you, man. If they put the pressure, I'm going to be able to heal you. And they immediately turned to Dry Dude, caught him really low. He had to turn to himself and focus on himself. And as soon as that happened, they turned to Mango and burned him down. Really impressive play over there. Yeah. Oh my god, Chow. ArenaNet sees all 12 active PvP players. He says, sounds hot. Now, this is make or break situation, but I've seen many times where the final series has gone to a game 2-0, and the other team has come back and actually won it 3-1. Let's see if they're able to do that now. This is put up or shut up, man. Time to put the baby gloves away and turn it, man. Everything you got. Nos. Dry Dude trying to get as much cleave as he can in the area. Again, they're focusing on Dry Dude. They're just getting a lot of cleave damage, and they're staying close together, and they're getting punished for it. They're standing inside the symbols. Naru's getting able to get a lot of that damage. There's a lot of AoE from the Corona Burst and Shockwave. Doesn't look good for Mango. He's getting really heavy pressured. Naru's starting to get some damage onto Helio, but Helio's doing an excellent job. I probably should have focused Helio a little bit, and down goes Mango. And that's going to be maybe not it. He can still get a res. He's trying to peel away a bit. Mango's actually trying to go for the res. He have the Elixir S, but it's not going to matter. That Dry Dude and Mango that end up going down. Naru and Helio end up taking this. Goodness gracious. Thank you everybody for coming to watch, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you like this type of stuff, like I said, I do this every single day. 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, in-houses, fashion wars. Check out my highlights video. You'll see it there. And if you want to see yourself competing, I'm going to post the video in about an hour's time. And for all the winners, give me about 10 minutes. So it's going to be Naru. I'm going to be sending the gold to you. So just make sure you split that with Helio. Anya, I'm going to be sending the gold to you. I believe it was you who whispered me. And Valor, I'm going to be sending you the gold, so you're going to be splitting that with your opponent. So I'm giving you about 10 minutes, guys, for the winners. I'm going to be sending that out to you very, very, very soon. And for everybody in the Twitch chat, click that follow, click that subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let's see who I'm going to pass you to. Who do you guys want to watch here? I'm probably going to be done streaming for today. That was about a 7 hour stream. You guys want to watch? We're going to pass you over to Vladimir. He's the only one. We got Thief, Calox, Harlequin, Pet, Vladimir, and Muckluck. Let me just take a quick look here, guys. Here, let's pass you over to Vladimir. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, you want to pass it over to Thief, Calox? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's give some love to our new guy. Stay with him for a bit, guys. If you can, give him a little bit of encouragement. He's new to streaming, so if you can help him out, I'd really appreciate that. I'm going to stick around in his channel for a bit, and you guys can join me too. Plays Deadeye, sweet. Give him some love, guys. And that's Zarissa. Yes, Zarissa. She's our guild lead for AL. Very, very, very helpful. Thank you so much. So I'm passing you over to Thief Calox, guys. If you like this stuff, click that follow, click that subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably going to be a Fashion Wars. I'm not too sure. Fashion Wars or 1v1, so we can show more of your nice skills. Thank you, Boston, for that nice stream, man. Thank you so much, guys. Really, really cool. Great turnout. A lot of people showing up. I really appreciate that. When I first started, it was maybe 5 people that showed up. And then maybe on the second week, it was maybe like 10 people. The third week, it was around 15. And it just keeps going higher and higher and higher and higher, man. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate all the love. You guys are the fucking best. I'm passing you over to Thief Calox. Enjoy the stream. I'm going to hang out with them too a bit in the chat while I'm doing all my sending out the gold, putting up the video. Thank you so much, guys. And give love to Calox if you can. I'd really appreciate it. He's a new streamer. Here we go.